Am I the a-hole for telling my mom she'll never have grandkids because of how she voted? Important info. My parents and I only child live in a state with very restrictive reproductive health laws. In summer of 23, I 30F came off birth control because of some pretty bad side effects. My spouse 33M and I were always ambivalent about kids. We figured if it happened, and if not, parenthood just wasn't meant for us. Fast forward to the holidays of 23. While visiting my in-laws out of state, I was rushed to the ER bleeding out internally with what turned out to be a ruptured ectopic pregnancy. I underwent emergency surgery where they stopped the bleeding, but I did lose my right fallopian tube. After this, I went back on birth control and had my doc do a full workup before my spouse and I decided next steps. The workup revealed a large benign tumor on my remaining tube as well as significant uterine fibroids. I was told that any pregnancy I had would be high risk and that carrying to term was not as likely but also not impossible. Given the diagnosis and that my state has now caused the need for a legal team's input for providing emergency abortion in the case of a mother's health being in jeopardy, I decided to move forward with removal of my uterus and remaining tube instead of risk death a second time. The surgery occurred the day after the election and I am recovering well physically. Still working on the emotional side. My mom, who really fell down the MAGA pipeline in the last 2 years, called me a few days ago for our monthly catch-up. I had not told her or anyone besides my best friend and spouse about the procedure because I wanted to come to terms with my decision before having to explain it to others. She went off on a long rant about how the new gov will be great for families for when she becomes a grandma and that a national abortion ban would save so many lives of unborn babies. I completely lost it and screamed at her that she would never become a grandma and it's because of how she and those like her voted. I told her I had to have everything removed so I couldn't become pregnant and actually die this time. I hung up after that and had a breakdown. My dad, who is not MAGA, called me a few days ago to let me know he was sorry that I had to make this decision, that he hoped I healed, but that I couldn't talk to my mom like that and I need to apologize. Personally, I don't want to apologize for what I said. I will apologize for how I said it, but I really don't think I'm that much of an a-hole at the end of the day. So, am I the a-hole?
Here are the top comments.
I just want to say, as someone who also had to have an unwanted hysterectomy, that I'm sorry for what you've lost. It gets easier in time.
Not the a-hole. Tell your father that you'll apologize to your mother when she admits she is completely comfortable with you dying as long as she gets a grandbaby out of the deal.
No apologies. Stand your ground. What you went through is unthinkable, and her words were so out of line I can't fathom. I am so sorry for all of what you are going through. Please heal physically and spiritually and mostly mentally. Sending healing vibes.